All right, today's project is this dirty, filthy air conditioner that this filter light keeps coming on, and I can't turn this on. What happens, I'll hit power and it'll come on and kick right off. But you can probably see what's going on here. And I gotta clean this out. So I gotta take this out of the wall. I think I could slide it out of the case, but I gotta take, this off. I probably gotta dismantle the frame here. Got a couple screws on the side, right here. And this will come off. I'm sure there's a plug I gotta undo. And then, I'm not sure, I may have to go outside. And I think in the bottom edge of this, there's a couple of screws holding it in, but I think I can slide this out. It's been 5 years since I put this in, and I can't remember exactly how I did it. So we'll see in a minute. Let me take these the frame off here. All right, I wrote which side is left and up, just because my memory, I'm definitely suffering a little bit of memory loss. I've mentioned the fact that I have tremors, and when I spoke to the doctor yesterday, he said yes, it is somewhat normal. Some people, when they have long periods of anesthesia. Now I was 8 hours. I was in the operating room, 8 hours. So I was under anesthesia for that long, and he said tremors are temporary, they'll go away over time. And when I first come out, I couldn't eat with a fork. I had to eat with a spoon because my hand shook so bad everything come off the fork. All right, let me pull this off, see what I can do. It might be just that I gotta pull these and slide it out. I'm gonna go outside and look and see, because I honestly can't remember how I did this. All right, I got the face of it off, and I had to unscrew this to get it off. And I wonder if this is the module that tells it that it needs to be cleaned. I do not know.
Okay, I'm going to interject right now.
This is the Wi-Fi module. This thing has Wi-Fi where you could operate it from your phone and all that. So isn't that ridiculous? Ridiculously complicated. And I think this is the temperature gauge. So my wife looked outside and she said, I built a fortress out there. She's going to get the step ladder. If one screw is good, 70 screws is better. Oh, dear God. That was a bunch of work. I had this thing welded in there with caulking. Jeez. Alrighty. And these, I should have took the trim off on the outside, because the fins stick out just enough to get caught on this. So, lesson learned. Alright, let's fix it. Get it out of here and put it on that cart, drag it up to the house, and go to washing. Alright, here we are. I'm going to start taking these screws off, and I'm going to pull this case off so we can access the innards. And let me get that done. I'll show you what an air conditioner looks like naked.
You want my blade?
No, I've already got the bleeding going. So this thing's got some sharp edges here. Look at that. I should be ashamed of myself. I can't believe I let the thing that keeps me cool in the summer, I let get this bad. For shame, for shame, for shame.
Well, look. If you put this together like you pull flatbed,
Oh yeah.
2 screws is good, 49 is better.
Yeah, back when I pulled a flatbed, I think the law says you have to have a chain or strap every 8 foot. If I had 30 chains and 30 straps, I would use 30 chains and 30 straps. And it's sort of like me over fastening and overbuilding things. It's just a habit. All right, I'm gonna get this plenum, I think that's called the plenum, off of here. or at least the top half, so I can get this thing cleaned out. We'll see. I don't want to destroy it, but I'll show you what I got in a minute. I'm going to get it all ready to get soaked down with some Dawn, and I got a little low pressure washer here, a little cheap Ryobi. I think it puts out about 60 or 70 psi, and that's probably just enough to get this all cleaned up. Oh yeah. All right, I got the plenum back in place. I'll fix to put the case on it, and I'll take it up on my front porch there. This is a 15 amp plug, and I kind of think that just might be a 10 amp outlet up there on my porch, but we'll see. All right, let me get it back together and get it up on a porch, and I'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'm going to Home Depot and get another. All right, I'll have to talk loud because the fan's on. Plugged it in. Doing the same thing. It cut on for a second, cut off. And this is spotless. There's no air filter that needs to be cleaned. And it comes on, and then the air filter reset cuts it off. So I got the electrical box. I'm fixing to sit on the floor and look in here and see if I can see anything that might look like a sneaky little, this is Wi-Fi. I don't think this has anything to do with my problem. And what was I thinking, buying something with all these frickin' electronics on it? I have reset and reset and reset. I press the button, and I've read in other places where you unplug it for 30 seconds, and I've done all that. So let me get in the floor and look up in here and see if I can maybe find something that says, hey Brad, this is a reset, pull it out and it'll work. All right, I don't recognize anything that might be considered a reset, but the reset light is right here. So I'm going to unscrew the back of this, and I don't know, maybe there's a wire I can disconnect. All it takes is a press of this button and it's supposed to reset it. So I don't know. Let me take the back off of this. I see a fuse here, but I see nothing. There's a heat sink. And then there's a little upside down here. This is okay. This plugs in here, and I don't see anything here that actually says reset. Right? Do you? Medium, low, beep. Swing, UV, I don't know. Comp, ground. Just don't know. I don't know. Let me open up I'm going to open up the back of this and see what color wire goes to that reset. And maybe I can trace it to here and pull that wire out or bypass it, or I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws here. I am not an electricologist, believe me, but it's unplugged, so I should be fairly safe. All right, so right here, there's the filter reset button, but I take it out and turn it over, and I have no idea how to even. I may look at this and see if I can trace the wires over to this, not trace the wires, but the circuit. I'm gonna look at it right now. I'm gonna have to get a magnifying glass because I can't see that well. I'll be back. All right, these two dots here, these two big dots right here below my thumb, that is the reset button. Now, if you look at this left leg of the reset button, it goes over to this, the first leg of these two big dots there. If we turn it over, that is the sleep button. You turn it off and it'll come on at a certain time or off at a certain time. And I wonder if maybe I should have, maybe at some point this got pressed. I do not know. I do not know. So I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to press this reset button. I'm going to press that. I can't find anything in here that would indicate what wire. So I'm just going to plug it in and press the sleep button. Maybe that presses it off. I don't know. So I just don't know. So let me just mess around, plug it in and mess around with this board. And if not, I'm going to get a little teeny tiny pair of pliers and just start pulling wires out of this and see. I mean, I got nothing to look. Here's the thing. I'm not the guy that can figure this kind of stuff out because I'm smart. I am the guy that's too stupid to know and just go to unplug in and all that. So who knows? I have accidentally fixed many a thing in my life. And this might be one of them. So let me get up and go plug this in. I'll be right back. As long as I hold the power button, it works. I am not sure what to do now. I think I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to go down to my shop and get a little tiny pair of needle nose pliers and plug this in, yeah, and one at a time start popping these out of there and see if one of them will let this run, because there has to be something that's sending a signal to stop it. And I have no idea which one of these parts it might be. There's a heat sink there. I don't think that has anything to do with a filter reset. I don't. And other than that, I'm at a loss. I'm sure 65 Ford, I bet he could figure this out. And there's a bunch of people out there that are smart with this kind of stuff. I'm just not. And what is it Clint Eastwood said in one of his movies? A man's got to know his limitations. So that's my last try. Is I'm going to get a pair of needle nose and one at a time pull a wire out of that connection there with this plugged in. All right, so I pulled the orange one out. I'm fixing to plug this back in here, see if it made a difference. If it didn't, I'm just going to go down the line, pulling these up one at a time. Now, I'm not going to pull the red or the black, because that provides power to the on-off button, I'm pretty sure. But I'll try these one at a time, see what happens. Well, I'm changing up what I'm going to do here. That hole that I put the air conditioner in, it's only 6 foot off the ground here, but outside the trailer, this shop here, it's easily 10 feet off the ground. And on top of that, right at the edge of this shop, the ground slopes away sharply. So you could have a really long ladder to do anything to the air conditioner. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug that hole up, and then I'm going to cut a piece of plywood, and I'm going to mount that air conditioner in this window permanently. And I got another little problem. Somehow the ladder that I left outside, it was a step ladder, I left it outside this hole last night, and now it's knocked over. So I have food in here, cat food. So now I'm hunting for raccoons. So let me go check the rest of the trailer. No, they didn't get in. Some of y'all may remember that. I don't want to show too much of it because, you know, that's why I have it down here, not in my house.
Some in the living room.
All right, we found coon footprints. So they were in here. So maybe they knocked the ladder off when they tried getting out. You said you saw some footprints in the living room?
I did. You should look around their garbage because that's where they would have went.
Yeah.
If they smell that dog food.
Yeah, well, cat food, but here's the reason we think they may have gotten in here is they got cat food there and empty cat food cans here. So let me turn the light on. Well, I don't have a light in the living room. Anyway, they were here, they're not now. I'm just going from my front porch to my shop, and these dogs, they just think it's the bee's knees when you let them in the truck to ride about 200 feet. I don't know why, but they don't know how far we're going. All right, here's the window where the this brand new air conditioner is going. Yeah, we bought this, well, not long, but about a month before I went into the hospital. And my intention was to put it in the bedroom, to mount it permanently in the window in the bedroom. 2 reasons. One, because we were going to start running our AC, the house AC, up higher where it will cut on less. And at night, turn this on and cool it down in the bedroom because electricity here is just going up and up and up. It's just ridiculous, the increase in the cost of electricity. So, but anyway, I'm going to use it here, and I'm putting it in that window. I'm closing that hole. This has really turned into be a much bigger project than I anticipated, and I'm just, I'll tell you, I am just in disbelief that GE, and unfortunately, this is an electronic one too. GE puts this automatic reset. We're at 250. This is what I read. At 250 hours, this filter reset button comes on, and you're supposed to pull the filter out and rinse it out and clean it up, and then you press the reset button for 3 seconds, and it's supposed to turn itself back on. Well, it doesn't. And you would not believe the pissed off people leaving comments and reviews about this very thing. It's a complete ripoff, and when people call GE, the helpline that's in the manual, they are absolutely no help at all. It's just like the cable company. Well, did you try unplugging your cable box? And that's what they do. Well, did you press the reset button? Of course I pressed the reset button. Who would call you before they did the most logical thing, was press the reset button? So anyway, life is short. I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm going to put this new air conditioner in this window. And the reason I'm doing that, because I'll be able to access it easier. I'm gonna let you look outside how high off the ground I am back here. I'm about 5 feet off the ground back here, and there's my step ladder that the raccoons knocked over, and there's where the hole is, right there, for the old air conditioner. And that ladder was barely tall enough to reach that air conditioner, so this would be a lot easier to... The bottom line is these window units, they go bad. Now, I had that other one 5 years, so I'm not going to bitch about it. I mean, it kept my shop cool for 5 years. So, if I got to do this every few years, having it down lower where I can get to it a little easier is just a smart thing. So here's what I'm going to do. I got my Dremel, and I'm fixing to cut these flanges off right here and right here, and I'm going to measure the plywood, and it'll fit right in here, and screw up here, same thing here, and then I will lower this window down to the top, and I probably could put a couple of brackets, from the edge of this down to the... Anyway, I don't have I just have a plan to go forward, and as I get this together, I'll see what I need to do to make it more sturdy. Alrighty. Let me get this Dremel and cut them little flanges out and measure it and get my plywood cut. All right, there's one. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just taking my Dremel and I'm scoring this a little bit, and then I'm taking my vice grips here and I'm kind of snapping it off, and it's working out better because I'm getting aluminum everywhere, and it's not good to breathe aluminum dust, and I'm not wearing a respirator because I'm stupid. All right, I pulled the front off of this just because I want to see when I drill my holes for my angle brackets, I want to make sure that I'm not going into anything, and I won't be. This is going to be a little close over here, but I'm going to use this screw as a guide, so I'm going to be okay. As a matter of fact, this is going to be one screw, and then the other screws will be in further. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my brackets on, and I'm going a different route here. Even though I've already done the hard work of removing both these flanges, I'm gonna go to the outside here and screw into this. I can drill some holes in this plywood, sort of at angle, and toenail into that, and I can pop a couple of screws into the bottom edge of this, and then cock it real good. Otherwise, I'd have to get outside and handle the air conditioner coming in this way. And I don't want to do that. I want to do from inside here as much as possible. All right, let me get these angle brackets on this, and then I'll start cutting my plywood. All right, I got all my corner brackets screwed on, both sides. I had to do a little bratification here to get my corner brackets mounted. But now, let's measure this, the width and height. All right, that's a start. Now I gotta measure the air conditioner, and we're getting there. Let me get my hole cut out for the air conditioner, get that screwed to the air conditioner, then I'm gonna set the whole thing in here and drill, a toenail in there and into the top and into the bottom. All right, we are getting somewhere now. Okay, I gotta find some screws that will go in here, but not through that. So right at 3/4 inch. So let me go. If I don't have them in here, I'll have them out in my other shop. Alrighty, my hands are shaking. Oh, come on. Come on. Jesus, I need both of them. All right. Now I got these top screws to go through, and I gotta get, well, maybe I can do it. My drill, I need a slightly longer drill, but I think I can pull this drill out of the chuck a little bit and it'll be long enough. So I'll get them in, and then we will plug this in and have some AC. All right, jeez, all right. Take a break. Actually, let's turn this on. All right, on, timer off, auto fan, high, okay. Really cold. All right, it's starting to get colder. Oh yeah, all right, it's starting to get colder. Freaking hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go home. One of the nurses called. They need my wife to call her with a number for the bag that we like so she can order them. And then I'm gonna come back and I got 2 tubes of caulking. I'm gonna close that in up there, caulk it, and caulk around the outside. Good Lord, that was a bigger job than I thought. So, alrighty, I'll be back. All right, I got it just inside blocked off. Now I'm gonna go take a break. All right, I got it caulked inside and out. Boy, that was a 20-minute project that turned into 2 full days. Alrighty, let's see, tomorrow, I still got some knives I'm working on, but I'm gonna get my plumbing done. I'm gonna do my plumbing tomorrow. I'll have water back in here again. I'll be able to use the bathroom instead of peeing out my back door. So, already, it's kind of an interesting, it's got Wi-Fi. This air conditioner's got Wi-Fi and a remote. All kinds of stuff that can break. So I'm gonna drink some water and then I'm gonna go home and take some ibuprofen. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a good Thursday.